Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play DGS. As you can see, we finally got our Phantom Woman out onto the stand. She is talking a bunch of gibberish, which is really just English, but, well, obviously we're not supposed to understand it, per se. So let's continue and see if she can actually speak any kind of Japanese. Oop, this is really loud. Hold on a second. I forgot to fix the volume. Forgive my rudeness, please, ma'am, but what did you just say? Look at this motion, though. Like, I know Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright introduced multiple witnesses, but they never went to the scale of just how interactive the witnesses are. Her name is Giselle Bullitt. She's from Great Britain's capital city, London. She is an exchange research student currently enrolled in Yume University's medical department. Oh, what a lovely timbre the English language has! The beauty of it resonated with me, even though I didn't understand the words.
As far as I can make it out, it seems to be safe to trust the detective's translation.
Yeah, I think you're right. You should have known. You're planning to study in England, so you wouldn't even bat an eye at something like this.
What about you? Seems like that English major of yours wasn't just for show either, Naruhodō.
Now, lovely and noble witness, pardon my request, but there are a few things we'd like you to confirm for us. 3 days ago at La Quanta's, when that horrible incident took place, you were sitting with the victim, Professor Watson, at his table. Do you deny this? She says she doesn't. This is a pain.
This person, she's a student in our country, yet she can't speak our language?
She says she's incredibly sorry for vanishing from the crime scene. She had a research presentation to give on campus, and had no choice but to leave.
You've got gumption, saying that when you were the one who just let her go.
I was simply obeying my special orders from police headquarters. Pardon me, ma'am. Would you mind having a look at this photo? If you were at the scene when the crime occurred, perhaps you had the misfortune to have seen this despicable murder with those beautiful eyes of yours. She said it was a terribly frightening and heartbreaking sight. So that must mean... Yes, it seems as though she saw the murder with her very own eyes, including the fact that it was the defendant who committed it. She saw the moment when he mercilessly shot the victim with the pistol in his hand. Order! 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 Did you hear that, Your Honor? That testimony truly was decisive!
One thing has certainly become clear. Namely, the identity of our true enemy.
I'm sorry to ask this of you, witness, but could we have your testimony? Your testimony about the frightening, heartbreaking scene you witnessed with those eyes. The frightening, heartbreaking scene. lord, this is gonna be really annoying. That day, I took a late lunch with Professor Watson. The professor wasn't able to eat, so I ordered only a steak for myself. After a while, the defendant came to say hello to the professor, but then they began to have a heated argument. The defendant then proceeded to take the professor's pistol and shot him before my very eyes. I didn't possess a pistol myself, so it was completely impossible for me to have committed the murder. See, when you claim that makes you more suspicious. This all seems quite cut and dry. I definitely didn't argue with the professor! Shut your worthless mouth! You, who are rotten to your very core, and this pure, innocent flower of a noble woman! Just whose words do you think we're more likely to believe? That should be obvious, even to someone rotten like you!
You haven't made much progress, have you, Naruhodō? Pointlessly raising your hand like that won't change anything. Why don't you learn?
It just gets me so frustrated. I'd be frustrated too! I was also on the scene at the time. When I contacted headquarters and related the testimony of this lady and the two previous witnesses. This lady was deemed not connected to the incident and was permitted to leave. Holy shit, this bitch.
The two previous witnesses' testimonies turned out to be nothing but a load of garbage, though.
In any case, this lady is dressed the same way today that she was when the incident occurred. As you can plainly see, there's nowhere she could possibly conceal a pistol. I see plenty of places where she could hide a single pistol. Without evidence that she really did conceal one somewhere, your thoughts are mere conjectures. This outfit doesn't have pockets. I couldn't possibly hide a gun in it. That's what she said. Damn it! If only I could shake that lady upside down just to be sure.
Quit thinking such disturbing things, Naruhodō.
But not only did I not shoot him, but there should have been another gun somewhere on the scene.
That's true. I suppose that lady must have snuck it in, huh? But he's right. We'll need to prove it. And for that, our only choice is to tear apart this testimony somehow.
This bitch! In that case, defense, your cross-examination. Right. Professor wasn't able to eat, so I ordered only a steak for myself. He wasn't able to eat. That was because the professor had a cavity removed at Hara Clinic, correct? Precisely. He even asked the lady.
By the way, was the lady aware of that fact?
Yes, it seems that she heard he was going to have a cavity pulled that day. So then... that must mean that you really were the one who ate the steak. Precisely. The scene shown in this photo is just as it was at the time of the murder. Sad and frightening. Just as it was at the time of the murder, huh? That certainly is heartbreaking. To think that you come all the way to this eastern island nation, only to find yourself entangled in an incident like this. I'd like to bash the real murderer's face in with a pistol with the force of a mighty god.
So then, the victim, Professor Watson, didn't consume anything at all?
Correct. Aside from one thing, some carbonated water. Carbonated water? He may have been forbidden to eat, but he was allowed to drink water, so... it seems that the two of them made a toast with their glasses. A toast with carbonated water, huh?
What do you think, Naruhodō? Is this testimony?
Is it important or not so important? It's important. The lady's testimony seems very important.
Oh, now that's interesting. Just how is it important?
Oh my god, Ryūnosuke!
When it comes time for us to divulge its importance, we will do so. The defense requests that her previous remarks be added to the testimony.
Ha! I suppose you think you weaseled your way out of that one.
Now then, lovely lady, would you mind adding your previous remarks to your testimony? Gladly, she said. Asogi, I'm gonna make sure to remember what you just said.
What do you mean?
When the time comes for us to divulge its importance, that seems like a really convenient phrase.
Can't you learn anything a bit more useful, Naruhodō?
I love how when he's not happy that his headband literally just stops waving in the invisible wind. It's great. I can't. I had the steak and made a toast with the professor with a glass of carbonated water. Then, both of you drank carbonated water, right? Yes. As their waiter, I recall bringing them 2 glasses. You're actually a detective.
Then, you, Miss Giselle, ate the steak?
Apparently, she heard that beef was not consumed in this country until its borders had been opened. She heard right. What a deprived country, she said. Says the lady from the non-deprived country.
Every country has its delicacies. That simply means we'll have to start trying them in the future.
Yeah, I guess when I think about it, the impact was greater when I first tried carbonated water than when I first tried beef. More importantly, this exchange student's testimony. I can't help feeling that something about it isn't quite right.
Naruhodō, for the time being, don't overlook any details no matter how small. Who knows how they may come together. For our big turnabout.
Yeah, I know, Asogi. Alright. Alright, okay, we're presenting here. Okay. Presenting. What are we presenting? We're presenting the crime scene photo here, I believe. Yes, cool. Music stopped, that means I'm right. That's right. There's one thing I'd like to confirm with you about this photo. You said it just now, right? That the scene depicted here is just the same as it was at the time of the murder. That's correct, she said. But that's, strange. Very strange.
A truly strange thing is the fact that not a single sensible thing has been said from the defense's bench.
Just what is it about that photo that strikes you as strange?
Naturally, that would be the toast.
Toast?
The lady said so earlier, right? That she made a toast with her and the professor's glasses. If that's true, I would think there would be 2 glasses on the table.
Ah.
It's true, there's only 1 glass here.
I wonder what you were on about. Is that all? I can't see how a single glass could have a significant bearing on this case.
Is that all you say? Don't tell me that the police took the glass away to hide the presence of the lady.
Ridiculous. I would never do something so foolish. But then, there should be 2 glasses. After all, I mean, come on, they made a toast, right? I can't deny the truth in that. As their waiter, I brought 2 glasses to that table. Ed. Oh. Detective, what did the lady say? Apparently, Miss Giselle was the one who removed the glass from that scene. What? I was so frightened by the event that had taken place right in front of me that I unconsciously felt a desire to hide the fact that I'd been there, is what she said. What's this? Sorry.
See, listen to that. It wasn't so important after all. A college student had just murdered an Englishman right in front of her. It's not unthinkable that she felt a desire to hide a glass or 2.
That's ridiculous.
Or is it that you want to attack a frail, young, beautiful foreign woman for her playfulness?
What? No, please, don't try to write this off as playfulness.
By the way, just how did the lady make off with the glass?
She put it in the small handbag she was carrying and took it home with her. Handbag? It's a small, fashionable receptacle that ladies in Great Britain carry.
In any case, we've now established that it was the lady who took the glass from the crime scene. However, the glass itself has absolutely nothing to do with this case. And that puts an end to the argumentative college students' useless struggle. There's no need for us to listen to his unrelated conjecture.
Indeed. Now that we know the reason the lady removed the glass from the scene, we have now established that it has nothing to do with the case. That's the only conclusion we can draw. Do you have any objections to that defense? Well, do I?
If you pursue this question to its end, you're going to discover a major problem. You just need to point out what that is.
Alright. She carried the glass off in her handbag. The major problem would be, glass is the issue, the handbag is the issue, there is no issue. The handbag is the issue. One moment, please. You put your glass in your handbag?
That's right, I see nothing wrong with that. All British ladies carry them.
If I'm not mistaken, Miss Giselle stated the following. There's nowhere I could have possibly hidden a pistol in this outfit. However, if she had a handbag, couldn't she have easily stowed a pistol in there? What?
I expected nothing less from you, partner. You noticed it too.
What are you trying to say, you filthy little student?
It's simple. The defendant, Naruhodō Ryūnosuke, picked a pistol up off the floor, and then a gunshot rang out. In other words, we can assume that there was one other pistol at the scene. And that was the real murder weapon.
You can't mean...
Detective! Yes? Did you examine the contents of Miss Giselle's handbag? No, I did not. Aha! Just as I thought. So in other words, the other pistol, the real murder weapon, may still be in Miss Giselle's handbag.
Not that! What?
Order!
Detective, what is the meaning of this?
What do you mean, Prosecutor Aochi?
Why did you not have her show you what was in her handbag? Thanks to your carelessness, the lady has to put up with this pointless conjecture.
You did it, my friend. This is our chance to demask that lady and expose her for what she really is.
You think so, Asogi? Oh dear. How little faith you have in the police. It's true that I didn't have her show me the contents of her handbag. You see, there was simply no need. What do you mean? I suppose I ought to be grateful to the student lawyer over there. I have some evidence here that I was planning to submit until it slipped my mind. This photo. For the sake of caution, I took this right after the murder occurred. It clearly depicts Miss Giselle's handbag. This is... You can clearly see inside it! Precisely. It seems that this sort of leather mesh handbag is all the rage in London. See inside! Therefore, there was no need to investigate it. If there had been a pistol inside, I would have spotted it instantly. In other words, it appears that Miss Giselle is innocent after all. Thank you for your assistance in proving that, Mr. Student. They both tilted their head to the side. Goodness. You get the court? Yep! The wall slam. Oh, this case is stressful. It's only case 1. Order! Order! Detective, the court requests you submit that photo. Certainly. Depicts Giselle's handbag on a chair near the victim's table. This concludes the cross-examination of the witness. And here we are again. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Having collected all the evidence, it is the court's opinion that so long as there are no problems with this new photo, that clears up all remaining doubt about this case. There can be no question of this.
In other words, there is only one conclusion to be drawn here. That the murderer couldn't be anyone but that college student lying face down over there.
Way. Just when I thought we were about to make our big turnaround, it blew up into something even worse before we could even get started. Oh my god, even Asogi's down. Asogi?
I'm sorry, Naruhodō. Now that the cross-examination of this witness is over, there's no way that this trial can continue.
What did you... Then, the verdict.
Well, I suppose you put up a decent fight for students who still haven't even experienced the real world. But there's no point in trying to resist in the face of a fair ruling. You can mull over that truth as long as you want while you're in jail.
So then, am I going to be declared guilty, even though I'm not the murderer? Then, there's Asogi. Does this mean he'll give up his dream of studying in Great Britain? Hey, Asogi.
What is it, Naruhodō?
Has our chance to turn this all around really disappeared forever?
It's as the judge just said. As long as there are no problems with the photo that detective submitted, it's impossible for us to continue this trial.
At this time, the court will hand down its verdict.
It seems the report can be sent to the British government as planned after all.
Damn it!
Holy crap, Asogi is like... He's lost his cool, man. The court finds it... case... Wait, Your Honor.
Naruhodō?
I think a verdict at this point would be premature.
What are you talking about, you dirty fraud? As soon as the judge decides that the trial is over, a verdict is handed down. That's one of the most basic rules of the Supreme Court.
His Honor said the following just a moment ago. So long as there are no problems with this new photo, then that clears up all remaining doubt about this case. There can be no question of this. In other words, if there were a huge problem with this evidence, then we could end the trial here.
What nonsense is this? This photo only shows the handbag that the lady was carrying that day. What problem could there possibly be?
You...
I can certainly understand the defense's reservations. It's true that the photo submitted by a detective hasn't undergone close scrutiny. I don't see what new information could possibly be gleaned from this handbag.
Ha! As if that were possible. I'm tired of listening to the students' desperate speculation.
I'm pretty sure this isn't just me being desperate. There's something about this photo that just isn't quite right. In that case, I will give the defense one last chance.
What?
Depending on this answer, this trial could end immediately. Am I understood? Yes, Your Honor. In regards to the photo that Detective Hosonaga submitted, if it contains a major problem, then point it out. Problem is up here. Oh shoot, I should have got my... Direct your attention here, please. To this strange mark on the victim's wrist. Indeed, it looks like a burn of some sort.
I wonder what kind of insanity you were going to come up with. A burn on the victim's wrist? That has nothing to do with the lady's handbag.
He's correct. This is a brand. What does it mean, Detective? To be honest, the police also noticed that mark during the inspection of the body, but it was deemed unrelated to the cause of death and not put down on the record.
That's only natural. For starters, we have no idea when the victim sustained that burn, and it's likely that we could even discern something like that. Unlikely, excuse me.
The more I look at it, the more this brand strikes me as odd. But Prosecutor Aoji was correct. So long as we are unable to indicate a link between it and this case, I cannot endorse the need for further investigation of the brand. Unfortunately, Your Honor, it's nearly time for her lunch meeting with the dean of the college. If you'll permit it, the witness would like permission to leave the court.
Certainly, that's absolutely no problem. The judge was just about to hand down his verdict.
Naruhodō, what does this mean? Are you trying to say that burn has something to do with the murder?
Tell the truth, I'm not sure, but if we stop attacking, it's all over for us. So, I figure we had to try something in order to press forward.
That's absolutely right.
Sogi,
if we can prove that this burn ties into this case, we might be able to throw open one of the doors that had slammed shut on us.
What are you trying to pull now? You can't possibly prove that!
at this juncture, the court will not listen to baseless conjecture.
In other words, we need to back it up with evidence, right, Your Honor? evidence that links the victim's burn to this case.
Precisely. And we will do that presenting evidence in the next video, because we are now out of time. So I'll see you guys on, in the next case, or part of this case. Excuse me.
Who knows how they might things together? Who knows how they might things together? What? I really need to look over the script so I can make spell edits or whatever. I don't even know how to string that together in a logical sentence.